Hello, this is Andrew from Trendfall and Mentor, and in today's episode, I'm going to talk about what separates, let's say, successful traders to non-successful traders, and the reasons. You got to think about it. Most of the people that get into trading and investing are intelligent people. People that I've been talking to are everything from pilots, engineers, lawyers, doctors. So these are the people that I'm talking to, and they're struggling with their trading. They have not reached any sense of success that they're looking for. So, like the first question someone could say is it intelligence? And clearly, it's not intelligence. Intelligence is not the factor of what's going to make a successful or a non-successful trader slash investor. And there has to be other attributes. And then, it goes down to, like, it says, well, get a faster computer, or you get a better indicator or a better system. That is also a bunch of nonsense, because you have to think if there are some extremely wealthy traders that they can get a programmer to make them a system of gold that will be, the so-called perfect trading system. Well, it doesn't exist either. So really, what separates a successful trader from a non-successful trader? And after all my years of experience, or even my own self-introspection, it all boils down to a couple of things. It's us, the trader. You need to be passionate. You need to have a plan. I'll tell you, the majority of the people that I talk to do have any ounce of a plan. They'll buy something, or sell something if they're short. They have no idea why they bought that. Let's say Facebook is an example. People just bought Facebook because they thought they were going to get rich from it. They have no concept of where the trade doesn't work, or they have no concept of a stop. They believe the trade has to work. Well, guess what? Most trades don't work. Most trades are 50-50 at best. The only guarantee is no guarantee. There is no way to prevent a loss. And most of these people just put on a trade and think it's going to work. They've done some kind of analysis, but it's not reality. And then the other thing that most people don't have any clue on is how much to buy or how much to sell, depending on the risk. Because they might say, I'm going to risk 1% of my account, or 5% of my account, 10%. They don't even know what that really is. Or I'll buy 100 shares, or buy 200 shares. They have no thought out plan. So really what it all boils down to, what is the difference between a successful trader or investor and the majority, let's say 90-95% of the people that fail? They have a plan, which I've just given you a little bit of a highlight on. The most successful investors also have patience. They have the patience to let the trade work. Their time frame isn't, well, how'd you do last month, how'd you do last year, or what'd you do, whatever. Like me, I'll say, my outlook is for the rest of my life I want to be trading. The other issue is it's focus. How do you feel? And again, as I said, there's no way to prevent trades that don't work. No way. And they're going to happen. You're always going to have losses. But the fact is, how do you feel after putting 3 or 4 or 5 trades on and they just don't work and you lose money? There is no way to avoid losing money in doing this. The only certainty is uncertainty when we trade. So how do you feel? 5 trades in a row didn't work. I'm using even the word didn't work. You lost money. Just didn't work as a polite way, or my own mentality of like not being right or wrong, which is nothing about this. There is no right or wrong when we're trading unless you don't follow your rules. But how do you feel? I'll tell you, most people feel pretty lousy. They feel either stupid or they feel bad because they've actually had financial loss. But I'll tell you this, 3, 4, 5 trades. How many of you have 7, 8, or 9 trades in a row that do not work? You quit, the system stinks, I'm going to go find something else. It's not the reality. So what I've learned all these years is attitude. Attitude is the most important issue. You got to be able to put on trades without any fear. No fear of losing money. What I say, and probably, I do a lot of things that are a little bit not the norm, but I say to myself when I put on a trade, and without any hesitation, I don't have any hesitation, is how much is this going to cost me to see if it'll work? It's the complete antithesis of others that because they put on a trade, they think it has to work. And that's why they kind of experience big losses, because it doesn't have to work. So I've already preset my calculation saying how much it's going to cost me to see if it'll work. It'll be less in most cases, unless there's a gap or a limit move, which will definitely happen, or could happen, that I'm losing approximately between 0.5% a percent of my account. I know that ahead of time. I've already accepted it. I've accepted the risk. Because I've accepted the risk, I don't have any fear. If I don't have any fear, I put on the trade. Because you know what I say? This next trade could be a huge winner. I have no idea. I just got to keep on putting them on. I have to be consistent. Because I know if I'm not consistent, I'm not going to get to the end of my goal. Here's my goal right behind me. This sheet. This is for the rest of my life. And I've been teaching my children since they've been very, very little, so they can be trading. I mean, what do I got? I got another 25, 30 years, God willing, that I'll be trading. Well, my children are 19 and 20 and 16. Well, they got a good 60, 70 years of compounding money, which is extreme wealth. This is what this is. This is what it's about. I can't say it enough. As much as people say there's no, people look for the Holy Grail with these super indicators or all these kind of systems, that's not what's going to make you money over time. That's a key word, over time. What's going to make you money is a robust system that works over all time frames, all markets, not too complex, relatively simple, heavy on risk management, risk per trade, risk per sector, open trade equity risk, all kinds of risk issues and more that I teach. Time. You need time to compound money. And the patience. You can't quit. There's no quitting. And then the power of compounding is mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. There's all types, and I invite you to see them on the internet. Just do a compound interest calculator. Do whatever it is, 100,000 at 15% for 4 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. You'll be in shock. It's not my thinking. Albert Einstein, who I think is a lot smarter than me, said that compounding is one of the greatest mathematical wonders in the world. When you trade with a plan, you put yourself in that position. And when you truly, truly believe it, then you realize that any one trade doesn't mean anything. And this is what you need to put into context. That you're going to be putting on through your trading career hundreds, thousands of trades. So any one trade doesn't mean anything. And your goal is to keep those losses small. Again, I say it all the time, but I'm going to say it again. It's only 4 possible outcomes. That's it. A big loss, which can happen. You can have a gap. You can have a limit move go against you. It can happen. But immediately you need to put a stop in the market, and a part of your plan, that you have a stop, a hard stop. Then the next reality is you're going to have tons of trades that you're going to have small profits, small losses, lots of them, the majority, and they're going to cancel each other out. And you're not really going to make any money from them. Just that's the reality. The other reality, over time, you're going to stumble into some great trades. Not that you knew anything different. You just took a trade. And for whatever reason, like what happened with corn and wheat this summer where there was a drought, it just took off. Like in 2010, it was cotton. I mean, this thing tripled. Things go crazy. Crude oil in 2008 going up and going down. The price of wheat going up and going down. There's always these moves, but they're rare. And those big profits are where you're going to really make your money. So let me just give a quick synopsis or summation. There is no holy grail of finding the magic system or magic manager or magic indicator system, whatever. Really, the holy grail is you and I. It's how we think. And that's why I made trendfollowingmentor.com. That I can help you overcome the issues that need to be overcome, which is you and me. I've gotten over them. And I would really like to teach you those points. It's not teaching a magical system. Because I can put it on the front page of the newspaper and still 99% of the people are going to lose money. It's all how you think. That's the difference. And it's not intelligence. There's people that are so much smarter than me that consistently lose money. And this is a zero-sum game when you're trading futures. I make their money. Stock, it's not a zero sum, but again, when you trade with a plan and you trade with a right mindset or a winner's psychology, you set yourself up for putting yourself the potential of compounding money over long periods of time. This is what it's all about. This is Andrew from Trend Following Mentor. I invite you to pick up my book. I have a book coming out with Wiley Books in the fall called The Bible of Trend Following: How Professional Traders Compound Money and Manage the Risks. Everything is in there. I invite you to pick up the book. I invite you to be one of my students if you want really the help to get to where you really want to get to and be part of the 10%ers, I say, 10% of the people that are succeeding, because 90 some odd percent or more are not. Again, I invite you to improve your trading. I thank you very much.